Did you feel like you were being watched? And the truth is, you are being watched all the time, from the surveillance cameras on the streets to the smartphones in our hands. As a result, a lot of data is collected about everything we do. But how much does this technology affect our privacy? Let's find out. Video surveillance is a $75 billion global industry. According to various estimates, the number of surveillance cameras in the world is close to 1 billion. China owns 540 million of them, the US has 85 million, Russia has 13.5, and Germany, Japan, and the UK have about 5 million per country. But these are no longer the old, bulky, low-resolution black and white cameras of the 1980s. These days, surveillance cameras that monitor the population are state-of-the-art equipment. And when combined with artificial intelligence, they can provide data on just about anything. In China, facial recognition technology is used for just about everything. Some of the data collected includes information about a person's appearance and the sound of their voice. Let's take a look at some real-world applications. At crosswalks, surveillance cameras with facial recognition monitor pedestrians. They take pictures of people crossing the road at red lights. They then check them against a government identification system, and once you're identified, the image of the person crossing the road is displayed on a terminal for all to see. In public places, CCTV systems can assess how much time people spend in certain places in real time. The system can identify people who stay longer than others. It can identify age, gender, clothing type, and color. That's what we did on Shanghai Boulevard. It detects a crowd of people on the waterfront. The image on the top left is the original image. The bottom left image shows the estimated time that people stay in the plaza. The red areas indicate that these people stayed there for a long time. Chinese facial recognition technology has also found its way into restaurants and shopping centers. Some fast food establishments are using it to give customers recommendations on food choices. They also have facial payment systems such as Smile to Pay when you're ready to pay at the checkout counter. All you have to do is smile into the camera and it will deduct money from your bank account. In offices, facial recognition allows you to check employees in and out. Even residential homes use surveillance cameras with facial recognition to let residents in. And while it seems safe and convenient, building management gets to know your comings and goings, and even how many visitors you've had in a month. China also has crazy car monitoring technology. Cameras can recognize over 3,000 makes and models of cars and quickly track the location of specific cars. China also has a social credit system that accompanies mass monitoring. It rewards people for good behavior, and if rules are broken, people are penalized with reduced internet speeds, and in the worst cases, even banned from flying. Once blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, open a business, buy an apartment, or even send your kids to private school. In general, the US is not far behind, but there are many rules protecting privacy here. So while surveillance cameras are widespread, facial recognition is limited or banned in most cities. However, there are other artificial intelligence tools that compensate for this. For example, the Crime Stoppers Center in New Orleans not only monitors 400 hotspot cameras, but also uses technology to capture video from more than 150 businesses and private residences. When a call comes in, they can literally activate non-state cameras in the area and see what's going on. Another tool is BriefCam, a powerful machine learning algorithm that performs detailed analysis of surveillance camera content. For example, if the police are looking for a red pickup truck, the system can identify every vehicle matching the description that passes by that location during the day. If I change the class of that vehicle to pickup truck and the color to red, I'm down to 80 of the 8,213 objects that passed that location in 2 hours and can review all of them in a minute and 45 seconds. Amazon's doorbell camera, Ring, is another device that has become popular. It has collected some very funny CCTV footage.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar.
There's some really creepy footage too.
Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost.
And it has organized surveillance of the city by civilians. In fact, the doorbell camera is such a useful surveillance device that many police departments have partnered with Ring to use it to collect data. The most controversial surveillance tool is Anomaly 6 or A6, a phone tracking startup that claims it can track the movements of billions of phones around the world and expose spies. Having such detailed data also highlights how much information people give away about themselves every day. For example, we allow websites to track our online activity through cookies. Smart home devices collect information about us at home. Smartphone apps constantly request access to our location, microphone, and camera to work efficiently. And people themselves are voluntarily actively marking their location on photos they post online. Middle Eastern countries, India and the UK also top the list of countries where people are being tracked. From smart cameras at airports that allow quick immigration checks to cameras on the streets, and even cameras on public transportation. Statistics of the top countries by number of cameras per 1,000 inhabitants. USA, 153 cameras per 1,000 inhabitants. China, 145 cameras per 1,000 inhabitants. Russia, 93 cameras per 1,000 inhabitants. Surveillance is discreetly being conducted everywhere. Here's the deal. Over the past few years, you and I and everyone else walking down the street with a phone have already been caught up in a huge surveillance network. But it wasn't the police who created it. It was the technology industry that did it. They did it to monitor our habits, predict our behavior patterns, and essentially track our location to ultimately sell us products. The police simply buy access to this system like everyone else. New tracking tools are emerging all the time, and the possibilities are endless. It's important for governments to be cautious and use this data to protect us, not to recklessly collect information. Do you know of any crazy surveillance technologies we haven't mentioned? Tell us about them in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to iTube.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a